Hi everyone. Today we're going to read an old Sesame Street growing up book, Big Bird Can Share. This is Big Bird by Dina, Anastasio and illustrated by Leigh. Big Bird Can Share, published by Western Publishing Company. One day, Big Bird woke up very early. He rubbed his eyes, stretched and looked out of his nest. There on his mailbox were a brand new pail and shower. Big Bird looked at the tag tied on the handle. It said, "Dear Big Bird, I think he'll know what to do with this. Love, Granny Bird." Gee, I wonder what Granny Bird means, he thought. He didn't know what's the meaning of the message, what to do with it. But he held it and he walked down Sesame Street hugging his new pail and shovel to his feathers. "Hey Turkey," called Oscar the Grouch from his can. "What are you going to do with that pail and shovel?" "Oh, hi Oscar. Slimy and I could use them to dig for worms," Oscar said. "How about it?" But Big Bird didn't want to share his new pail and shovel with Oscar and Slimy. "Gee, Oscar, not now. Sorry." And Big Bird walked away fast. Big Bird almost bumped into Ernie and Bert. "These are Ernie and Bert." "Hello, Big Bird," said Bert. "Look at all the bottle caps we found for my collection." "Those sure are nice bottle caps," said Big Bird. "And that sure is a nice pail and shovel," said Ernie. "Could we borrow your pail to carry the rest of the bottle caps?" He didn't want to share his new pail and shovel with Ernie and Bert, so Big Bird hesitated. "Never mind," said Bert. "I bet you're going to make a sandcastle in the sandbox. We'll come to see it later." Big Bird walked through the park to the playground sandbox. "How do you make a sandcastle?" he wondered. Big Bird sat down in the sandbox. He scooped sand into his pail with the shovel and then poured out the sand into 3 piles. "I wonder if this is what Granny Bird meant," he thought. "Hello, Big Bird," said Grover. "This is Grover. I could not help but notice that you're trying to build a cute and wonderful sandcastle." Grover sat down in the sandbox. "If you put water on it, the sand will stick together. Let me take your adorable little pail and fill it with water from the fountain." "Well..." Betty Lou stepped into the sandbox too. "Would you like to share my watering can, Big Bird?" she asked. "You can use it to sprinkle the sand with water. Then we can use your pail to make towers." Thanks, Betty Lou," said Big Bird. He was getting okay to the idea of sharing because it was bringing in new ideas. He took her watering can and handed her his pail. Big Bird sprinkled the sand with water and Betty Lou showed him how to use his pail to make sand shapes. She packed wet sand into the pail and turned it upside down, and then she carefully lifted the pail off the sand. "Oh, Betty Lou," said Big Bird, "that's great." And slowly, the castle began to take form. "Oh, I'm so excited," cried Grover. "Building in the sand is fun." "Hey, everybody," Big Bird called out to his friends. "Come and look at the neat sandcastle we are making with my new pail and shovel." Cookie Monster and Prairie Dawn came over to help. This is Cookie Monster. "This castle needs more delicious towers," cried Cookie Monster. "This fort needs windows and doors," said Prairie Dawn. "Let's make a tunnel between our castles," Grover said to Big Bird, and all other friends came to help build the big sand city. So they all began to work together. "This castle needs a moat," said Betty Lou, and she began to dig. "And a bridge to go over it," said Hairy Monster. Ernie and Bert came to see what everyone was doing. "Look at the neat sand city, Ernie," said Bert. "Right, Bert? But I think it needs some special decorations, don't you?" "Good idea, Ernie," he answered. "How about some shiny Figgy Fizz bottle caps on the turrets?" Oh, so they decided to share their bottle caps too. And they decorated the whole castle. Look how beautiful it's looking. There's a moat, there's a bridge. When all the castles and forts and bridges and roads were finished, everyone stood back and admired the magnificent sand city. Gee, everybody, cried Big Bird, our sand city is so beautiful. Big Bird became very happy. Honk, 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 honk the honkers. Thank you for sharing your pail and shovel with us, Big Bird, said Hairy Monster and the others. Big Bird smiled. At last he understood what sharing is and how much fun it is to do things together. This is what Granny Bird meant.